I have to read these tweets because they're amazing and they're so funny. Okay, first one, we'll do this one. Unless you want to read it in your own voice. I think it'd be really great. Okay.
Oh, Gabby Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race that you will not win. Enjoy life. Peace.
Okay. One more.
Why not? Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha, not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav. The Gav nots. Gav not in, Gav out. Send in the next guy. I'm bored.
So I'm just going to let you riff. Like, I want you to say whatever you want to say to Mr. Newsom.
Dear Newscum, we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gabby Poo.
So with regard to the current administration, what has been maybe the biggest surprise for you, or something that you just really has been put on your heart that you've learned about our president and our vice president?
Well, I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win, and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. He's from Queens, New York, like me. So, but what it's shown me personally is sometimes, you know, even in the worst feeling times in your life, you think that you're never going to come back from it, but you do. And our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly.
He really has. I'm not going to watch the full thing tonight. I hope you watch it for yourself. But thank you, Nicki Minaj, for standing up for truth, for standing up for Trump, for standing boldly in her support for Trump. God bless her. Protect her at all costs. Because you know the libs is coming after the woman for standing in her truth, as we say, standing in her truth. People hate, want you to stand in the truth they want you to stand in, but she is standing for truth and standing with Trump, and I love her for it. God bless her. Praying for her, praying for Trump, praying for Kirk, for Erika Kirk, Lord. Bless him, Lord. Well, you are watching Marjorie with Purpose. Merry Christmas. And just hit the like button if you haven't done that yet. And let's get into today's discussion. Welcome to Marjorie with Purpose. If I can find my thing. Standing ovation. I give myself a standing ovation. Okay. So Paul Pierce says men are the prize. And I got a comment about it already. Well, let's see. It sounds sassy. Well, let's see what he said about it before we say anything about the man. Let me see. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see what he has to say about it before I share my thoughts. Paul Pierce.
Women literally.
I want to hear. Let's hear what Paul Pierce got to say about it, and then we'll talk about it. Share your thoughts about it as we watch. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let me get my screen big. All right, let's go.
Work at these jobs like McDonald's and crazy stuff, save money to get a BBL so they can go be around the crews of people and go try to find a man and be like, cool, like this is a thing. Like, and that's why it's this whole epidemic where women are like, I done got the BBL and I'm still working at McDonald's. Like I still got the job. I'm still stressed out. Like I still don't got nothing cracking.
So this goes back to like when we always had this conversation, like who's the prize? If women are doing all of that.
Yeah, they are.
Then men have to be the
But
prize.
men are doing a lot too.
What?
You will
Not
say it all the
half
time.
things
No.
that women do.
Let me
Not
tell
even
you,
half
I'll
the
be
things.
honest with you. Today, I was just thinking about this because I did like all this stuff. Like I have my legs waxed, my everything, like my
Look
eyebrows,
at
this,
what
my
the
hair.
women
And
do.
it hurts. Like
That's
you
what
don't know
I'm
how
saying.
painful it is to get your legs and your body waxed. Like I'm in there like, I'm in so much pain, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, we do all of this. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much. But you do, like, especially if you have a man, you're like, I have to make sure I'm fresh. I have this, I have that. Like, you want to do that for the person you're with. Yeah. Like, I don't know that if that means they're the prize, but I do think that I believe that men and women are both the prize. I think both people bring and add so much value that they can make each other better if it's the right situation, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, as women, we do a lot. We do.
A lot.
We do a lot. And
Damn.
it blows me because you do have to, low key, if you're like with somebody, like a man is gonna be like, girl, like get this together. Like you look a mess. Like really in
you look a mess.
like in reality, like just keep it real. Like you're with a woman, her nails is chipped, her hair is busted. She
But
looks
she a real one.
yeah, she's a real one, but you're still gonna be like, baby, let me give you some money so you could go get your shit together. So we can go out and you can look like something. Like you have a chips, like that looks crazy. Like chipped nails, busted, broke, like just looking crazy, like hair busted, hair, like just looking a mess. You're not gonna feel not smelling good, not like having an outfit that's fresh and a sweat and a Jordan. Like you're gonna be like, this is crazy for sure. You're going to be like, this is crazy. Like you could do that if you're chilling and it's your girl and y'all are just like chilling and like, but even then, like men want a woman who's naturally beautiful without makeup and you're chilling with her and you're looking at her when she wakes up.
Well, naturally beauty without makeup is like what I like.
Yeah.
Or no, what I'm saying is like what that person likes from his girl. It don't like there's no set definition or no set person. Like I might just like you like that.
Right. No, for sure.
You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
It don't matter like who's to say that somebody else can say you're not beautiful. I might just think that you're beautiful like that.
100%.
Whereas other people might not. Well, it's fine. I don't care what other people think. I like you like this. And this is the problem with the women because the men will tell you, I like you like this, but still want to do the other thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I liked you like this. But you cared more about what other people thought of you than your own man. And that's sometimes, women do that a lot.
No, women do.
I think people need to realize that the prize is having someone who loves you and treats you well. That is the prize. Male or female. That's the prize. That's who the prize is. It's not the man is the prize because he work, or the woman is the prize because her titties sit up on a shelf. That ain't what the prize is.
Do that a lot. Like he can tell you, like, baby, I don't want you to get an ass implant. I don't want you to get
that's true.
a breast implant. I like you like this, and I'm your whole man. I'm your husband. I'm your whole everything, and you'll go out and want to do it anyway. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. And while you Prize
was hooked, Georgia, way more excited.
Josh Hart points more
every week.
Rebounds, 3
has early pay.
Okay, that's the whole thing. So I don't know. Tell me what y'all think while you're watching Said upstate New York says men are not the prize at all. Sounds super sassy. Stop it. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. I believe, yeah, it's not about the man being the prize or the woman being the prize, because people have this idea that they're the prize just because. I'm the prize just because I'm a woman. I'm the prize just because I'm the man. And no, that ain't it. You're a prize because you bring something to the table that your person finds valuable, whatever that may be. You're the prize because you're valuable, and that's who the prize is, the one that brings the love, the good treatment, the respect, that's speaking life into you, that's supporting your dreams, that supports you in your purpose, that helps you become the best you can be, that encourages you in the Lord. That's who the prize is. And if you with the right kind of person, you both gonna be the prize to each other. You both gonna be a blessing to each other. Because everybody ain't no prize. No, not every not every woman is a prize just because she a woman and she got a vagina, and not every man is a prize just because he a man and he work a job, or if he works if he has a profession, if he's an entrepreneur, he makes millions of dollars a year, don't make him a prize. People got their priorities messed up. A prize is when you got somebody who loves you, who is faithful to you, who is crazy about you, who spoils you to the bone, and y'all can spoil each other. It's reciprocated. That's what the prize is. Don't get it twisted. Hey, Jimmy. Yes, we stand with Niki, honey. Yes, honey. I stand with Niki. Yes. Trent said people are entitled. Both people should be the prize. Yes, to one another. Folks sound like high schoolers. Yes. It ain't about, because I'm like, she talking about, oh, you busted, you ain't got your. This is the first time I done had my nails done, and these are just glue-ons. Okay, this is the first time I done had my nails done in months, because I could care less. My husband could care less. I don't barely shave my legs. Sorry, but that's none of that stuff matters. So it's like you got men want a woman to be walking around dressed in a lingerie with her hair done, nails done, toes done, everything big 24/7, while he in some busted drawers with a fat pack, and he ain't shaved, and he's stinking and sitting on the video game. But she got to be looking, and then the woman, the same thing. She's expecting a man to have a six pack and six figures and 6 inches and all this 666 demonic stuff, while she's sitting over there 200-300 pounds, don't cook, don't clean. So come on, people, please be what you want, be what you desire, be what you expect your person to be. If you expect your person to have a 6-pack, you best have a 6-pack. Okay, if you a woman and you expecting your man to be a 6-figure man, you better be a 6-figure woman. Even if not earning 6 figures within yourself, that you better know how to flip something into 6 figures. People need to get over themselves. Get over yourself. The prize is when you got somebody who loves you, who loves the Lord, and y'all are powerful together in the Lord. And y'all could talk about the Lord together, pray for each other, and miracles happen, honey. That's what's a prize. Praise his holy name. Because I'm a prize to my husband, and my husband is a prize to me. Because the Lord blessed us with each other. Because he knew that we could be powerful together. That's what the prize is. Don't get it twisted. Don't let this world fool you, people. Please. Because people, yeah, absolutely, people are entitled. They the prize just because they got a vagina, or just because they make 6 figures. The devil is a liar. You're a prize because you're faithful, and you're loving, and you're kind and attentive, and you love Jesus, and you are encouraging in the Lord, and you know who you are, and can't nobody fool you in who you are, and you're not weak, so you can't be manipulated. You're a man. If you're a man, you can't be manipulated by vagina, and if you're a woman, you can't be manipulated by the penis. That makes you a prize. Most people want to be a prize just because society tell them they a prize. Please. Por favor. Give me a break. I ain't got time for that. But anyways, hit the like button. I had to go in for that because they talking about all the wrong things. She ain't got her nails done, and he like, oh well, I like how you look. Like, ladies, if you're gonna look cute and you want to look how you want to look, do it for you. Don't do it for him. He could care less. All he care about is if you opening your legs for him or not. He don't care what you look like. Most of these men don't care what you look like. If he love you because of you. When you got these picky dudes, oh, don't wear wigs, wear your natural hair, don't wear these colors, don't dress like this, don't dress like that. When you got all that picky, please. And the same with women. When you got a woman that, oh, I don't like those sneakers, I don't like the high waters, I don't like that, even, I don't like this, I don't like how you dress and all this stuff. If you too focus on the superficial things, you missing the character of the person. You're missing the full picture. Forget it. Forget all of that. What's his character like? What's the character like? How do they treat you? Do they love Jesus? Do they respect you? Do they encourage you? Do they support your purpose? Nothing else matters, folks. But I wanted to watch this interview with Jesse Peterson and this woman talking about she hate obedience. I wanted to see what he got to say. Jesse Peterson cracks me up. So let's listen to this, what she got to say. Hit the like button while you're in here, and let's watch Jesse Peterson. He cracked
that the civil rights movement was, other than abortion, the worst thing that ever happened to the blacks.
No, I don't agree with that.
And why not?
I don't see why it would be the worst thing to ever happen to the blacks. Being able to have desegregation and being able to be treated like a full and equal human in society, although we still have our issues and systematic racism still exists, a lot of good came from the civil rights era.
I grew up in Alabama, as I said, during the time that so-called Jim Crow law existed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember for colors on it, for whites on it, blah, 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 kind of water fountain and all that. But the blacks were doing better then than they are today, in that they bought land, they owned homes, they went to universities if they wanted to, they had trades, when the kids left home, graduated, left home, they started businesses, they bought homes, and the Jim Crow law existed. But it brought the best out of the blacks because they had to do for themselves, right? They couldn't blame someone else, and they did the best. They wouldn't be like the Jews are today had not the civil rights movement happened. And but when the civil rights movement happened, the blacks gave up their families for the government. They gave up their becoming an individual for the so-called black leaders like Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson, all those people. They turned their lives over to them. And those people told them, racism is this. Y'all can't make it. Y'all need us. Y'all need this. And the blacks have gone downhill ever since. They have never returned back to normal. Have you noticed that?
I completely disagree with that.
Why? What part of that you disagree with?
How have blacks gone downhill? Black women, particularly, are the most educated demographic of people in the whole country. In 2023, that's an improvement because there were times where we weren't even allowed to go to school prior to certain things being protected.
When were you not allowed to go to school? There were
women.
As a result of desegregation, they were creating black universities and things like that, which brought out the best in blacks then. And then the education that they were getting is much better than the education they're getting out of black schools because, black folks, they don't care. But the education was no good. And if you notice, the black women who are getting the so-called education is putting them on a false pedestal. And they think they're better than everybody. Now they're lonely, they're lost, they're angry, and nobody want to deal with them. So they got worse rather than getting better.
I completely disagree. I know plenty of black women who are happily married and educated. I'm going to my friend Tassi's wedding next weekend. Black woman, black man. She has a master's degree, and she's getting married a black man.
But educated women don't make for good wives and good mothers.
I completely disagree with that.
Why is that?
It's just not true. It's sexist. It's a lot of misogyny in there, and it's just not true.
What's not true about that?
Why does education stop you from being a good mother? Explain to me why having education means you're not a good mother.
Because a woman that's educated, she thinks she's equal to a man, and so she's gonna want to go to work. She's gonna try to make the man become the woman at the house. She's not gonna want to obey her husband.
Why would a man become a woman? Because a man, is he not also going to work?
Because a woman that's educated think that she should work and not be at home raising his children and clean, keep the house going and things like that. And they don't care about the children. Educated women don't care about the children. They're going to throw them off in a daycare center just so they could get their ego fulfillment. So they don't really make for good wives and good mothers.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that.
Why do you disagree with that?
Because it's just not true. I know a lot of women who are educated. My mother was very educated. She went to school. She raised me well. So now I, too, have a master's degree. I have my pick of the litter. There are plenty of men that want me. I can guarantee you that. And I have my own business. So it works.
But you haven't mentioned what's good about internet. None of that.
I think she raised
that's a good thing.
She raised a happy, healthy, functioning adult that was able to grow a business while being educated. And
nothing good about that.
What's wrong with it? What's bad about it?
We're talking about a woman staying at home and raising a man's children.
You're not explaining your point on how that makes her a bad mother. Like where did she go wrong?
By trying to fulfill her ego.
But where did
she's equal to a man rather than having to love of raising the man's children, being there for the children and being there for the.
Are you saying that women who have an education can't raise their kids?
Right.
Why?
Because they're on an ego trip. They try to go to prove that they're like a man.
Who raised me?
Would you ever, are you planning to get married one day?
Yeah.
Would you ever obey your husband?
Sure.
You would stay home. You let all this education stuff go.
Yeah, I'm not staying at home.
What?
Everybody don't want to stay home and be a housewife. I don't think that's, I think if, I think we have to get out of these mandatory societal roles that people put you in a box that you gotta, stay home, but have a side hustle, have a passion. Every woman's passion isn't just their kids. Unfortunately, that might bother some people, but it's the truth. Everybody isn't fulfilled just being home raising children. It is, like I said, the most difficult job you could ever have, which is, I personally believe, a lot of people go to work to get away from the children because raising kids is the hardest thing you can do. And yes, I agree that it should, especially when they're small, take up a larger portion of your attention than a career or a profession. That I do agree with, but I think it's every woman can't just, or doesn't want to just have their main focus be their children. And I don't think they should have to. Just the same why a man isn't going to make his full attention be his children. He's going to have a career. But I know somebody, whether it's the man or the woman, whoever is better with the children has to put more focus on the children. That's just what I believe. Yes, he is funny. He cracks me up. But nowadays, can't nobody afford to only have one income. Everything is too high. It is. It really is. That's really the issue. And I get what he's saying about daycare and, throwing your kids in daycare. I did. And, and it came with a lot of headache, but by the grace of God, we found a good babysitter. And school is very different now than what it was when my kids were small. Lord have mercy. Now it's pure indoctrination. It was even when my kids were small. But man, oh man, it's really devil indoctrination these days, for real. So, but I get what he's saying. She's handling him very well so far. She said she would obey her husband, but I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of women don't like that, don't like submission and obedience. But okay, let me hear some more.
I want to.
Well, why get married if you don't love your husband, your children enough to stay home and watch over his children?
I don't even want children, so
you don't want
to
children?
be married with my husband, traveling the world, and living my best life.
So why get married then?
Why
you
not?
can do that.
I want partnership and companionship. I want to build, again, marriage does come with certain things, like you are tied to that person, you buy homes together, you have better credit, your taxes is lower. There's a lot of benefits to marriage that aren't based on having children.
But those are selfish benefits.
So I'm selfish.
Oh, yeah. And you were raised by a single woman, right?
I was raised by a married woman.
But she didn't stay home.
So?
Right? She didn't stay home.
Mm-hmm.
And raise you.
What's your point?
I rest my case.
What's your point? I feel like nothing worked. I'm fine. Like if your argument were true, that would mean that my mother would have to fail in some way, right? That would have meant that she didn't do a good job raising me, that I had some sort of troubles, I wasn't able to succeed in life, and that like her status, because eventually my parents did get divorced, and that did not have a negative effect on me being able to grow up.
Did they get divorced while you were young?
Yeah.
While you were still living at home?
Correct.
Oh, I thought you said you were raised by both parents.
For a little bit. Then they got
so
divorced.
You weren't raised by both parents.
Mm-hmm.
See, I told you, educated women don't make a good wife, a good mother. And now you're an adult. If you got married, number one, you're not going to obey your husband. Mm-hmm. Number two, you don't want to have children. There's no reason to get married.
To you.
Because you can party by yourself like that. You have friends, and you take your male friends with you and everything.
To you.
Is that right?
To you. There's no reason to get married to you, but there's going to be, for me, I still see a reason.
Do you believe, did you go to a black university?
No.
Which one you went to?
University of North Texas.
North Texas. Do you believe that a woman should stay home and raise the man's children?
I believe that women are allowed to make whatever choice makes them the most happy, feel the most fulfilled, and feel the most safe. If they're staying at home, then stay at home. If you don't want to, then you don't have to.
Do you believe that they should stay at home and raise the man's children?
If they want to. I don't believe, again, we talk about freedom. I really believe in freedom. So I believe in, if that's what a woman wants to do, do you do? And if you don't, then don't.
But do you believe she should, since she got married, she should obey her husband and stay home and raise his children?
I believe she should do whatever she wants. That's what I believe.
And not what he wants?
Correct.
Really, not what her husband wants?
Right. As a husband should do whatever he wants to do because we're autonomous people with freedom, right?
Do you believe that a woman should obey her husband?
She should do whatever she wants to do. Whatever works in
no
the
matter
household.
What do you believe? Do you personally believe that a woman should obey her husband?
I don't like the word obey. I believe in communication, collaboration, and whatever makes the most sense for your household. So if the husband wants to lead the household and the woman believes that's what makes the most sense for their household, and they come to an agreement on that, a meeting of the minds, and they agree that's how their household should be ran, then that's how it should be ran. But again, I believe in meeting of the minds, communication, and collaboration. Whatever works for one might not work for another family unit. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors in somebody's home. So whatever makes the most sense for their marriage to succeed is what they should do.
Amazing. What do you don't like the word obey, you say?
Yeah, obey sounds, again, I believe women are equal to men, so we're just going to disagree on that.
And so what's wrong with the word obey?
Because obey sounds like an authority.
It is. A dictator.
Yeah, and my husband
you're
should not
supposed
be
to
a dictator.
dictate. in the home?
Completely disagree.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I grew up Christian.
Well, Christ said that a woman should obey her husband. Was he wrong too?
Sure.
Christ was wrong?
Yeah.
The God you believe in was wrong when he said that?
Sure.
Amazing. You notice that?
Lord, folks just talking now, because yeah, so there's so much with that. I believe people do what God tell them to do. And yes, whatever your husband, I believe whatever as long as your husband is submitted to God, then yes, you submit to him. And God is going to tell your husband what he want, how he want your household to function. And yeah, we can't go on these what society tells us. Like, the Bible is very clear. You know, wives, submit to your husband. It says submit to each other. First of all, wives, submit to your husbands. Husbands, submit to God, and love your wives the way Christ loved the church. And I think, and I kind of agree with what she's saying, that people got to run their household the way it works for them. Everybody household ain't gonna work exactly the same, because to make everybody feel like their household got to look just like the other person. I think that's why people slip up. That's why a lot of relationships and marriages fail, because they are trying to force each other into a box. I'm like, do what God tell you to do. And any husband, like my husband is a man of wisdom. If I ask him a question and he doesn't know, he'll say, you know what? Ask God. Go to God with that, because he realizes he's not God. And the same with me. If he asks my thoughts or something, we are very quick to tell each other, you know what? You're going to have to go to God about that. What does God say to you about that situation? And that's what matters, because Christ is the center. People want to, everybody want to be in control. The man want to be in control. The woman want to be in control. But where is God in control of the thing? And that's what people don't want to allow God to control the thing. So many men are not submitted to God, but want to be the head of a household. And so many women, because they have never submitted to God in their life, even before marriage, certainly are not going to submit to a man. But submit to God. Submit to God, resist the devil. As simple as that.
Since women have been given the right to vote, that the country going to hell in a handbasket.
Absolutely.
Because women don't make good decisions.
And what evidence do you have to support that stance?
If you notice that, for example, in the Democratic Party, since they got more women representatives, the blacks are relying on government more. They are relying on free stuff. They want reparations. They want everything free.
And that's because of women?
Because they have more women voters. I know they have black men in there too, but mostly women. And women tend to approve stuff like that, like abortion and all that. They tend to be emotional, because women live in their imagination and emotion. And the decisions are made on how they feel and not what is right, the best thing.
I have to disagree with that. Women are still the minority in Congress and in the Senate. So there's still less women than there are men. So the people who have the majority to vote and the most power are still men. And we talk about women being emotional when it comes to decision making, but historically women didn't have rights or access to be able to make those decisions. And we still went to wars. We still have famine. We still had disenfranchisement when women didn't even have power. So to say that things have gotten worse when we've seen society progress since women have been a part of the picture just isn't valid, in my opinion.
But have you noticed that there are things that are happening in the country today that when men were ruling, would not be. It would not, like same-sex marriage and abortion and all that.
Yeah.
It would not be. But as soon as women get in position of power, those things come about, because women, again, they tend to be emotional and they tend to go the wrong way if they're not led by men.
I completely disagree with that 100%. People have been having abortions. Abortion is even in the Bible. Like, abortion just became safer, and we started to medically regulating it. But if a person doesn't want to have a kid, they're not going to have it. And sometimes they often take their own life, trying not to have a baby because they're not ready. So that's not the responsibility of women making that legal. Like, that's just something that's been happening for decades. As far as same-sex marriage, there are males who are gay. Sure.
I know, and that's nothing. There's nothing wrong with if they want to be that way. If women want to have an abortion, but they just shouldn't pass laws to approve, because people that are for that, they're not self-contained. They're not, they lose self-control. So we need physical law to contain the lawless.
Absolutely not. I believe in, and I think that's something that I share with some people who are on the right? I believe in personal autonomy, and I believe in freedom. Right. And so if you want to have freedom to make your own choices, I believe in that. If you don't want to have an abortion, or if you don't want to be gay, then you don't have to. But those who have that lifestyle, or who are that way because that's how they were born, that's freedom.
I know, but why pass, and you're right, but why pass a law for it?
Because you have to protect it. We can't have people, again, we don't believe in taking away people's freedoms. We believe in the freedom to have the Second Amendment. We believe in the freedom to vote. There's a lot of things that we have constitutionally that are protected in the Constitution. So why should we protect certain things like our Second Amendment right to bear arms and not protect, access to healthcare, women's healthcare, or not protect access to marrying who you choose to marry? Before
they passed law to allow women to kill the man's children in her womb, women were doing abortion, they were just doing it privately. They would do it at
And
home.
a lot of women died because of that. And so
but
we're
that's
a
a risk
modern
you take, though.
society.
That's a risk you take.
But it's a modern society.
And they have the right to, you know, have an abortion at home or wherever. And if they lose their life, they take that risk.
But we have to think about medical. This is a medical issue. Before we had laws to sterilize medical equipment, people were doing open heart surgery without proper regulations. Like as society evolves around us, we have to put things in place that protect people.
But
Just
abortion
like
is not a medical issue.
It's literally
abortion
a medical
is
issue.
when a woman decides, you know what, I want to kill this man baby. I don't want to have no baby.
Is it that
and
man's
she
baby? Or is
made
it
that
her own baby
decision.
too?
She made that decision to do it. It's not like she had to do it. It's not like
Right.
a medical issue. So
Sometimes
if she
you do have
decides to
to.
do it, that's fine. You support the Second Amendment.
In some ways, yeah.
You believe that people who want guns should have the right to carry a gun, right?
In certain instances, I do believe
But
in
you would
background
restrict their
checks.
freedom in some places?
Yeah, absolutely.
And why?
What do you
Why
mean?
would you said you believed in freedom.
Mhm.
Why don't they have the right? Why don't we all have the right to carry weapons whenever we want?
Freedom
anytime that we
within
want?
reason. Freedom within reason.
But how
There's
you going to
necessities.
determine what is reason for someone else?
Just like we determine what is reason for life. So why do we have, why do you get a speeding ticket for going too fast? Who decided that we have to drive 60 miles an hour? Like,
That's right.
Just like you said, we can't
You're
have a
right about
lawless society, right? We talked about having to put constraints on things and making sure things aren't lawless. That's one of those things as well. So yeah, if you want to have a handgun to protect yourself, sure. Should you have to go through a background check? Should you be able, we always talk about how mental health is the reason why these mass shootings happen. Should we make sure people are mentally competent before they have a gun? So again, this is all, like you said, society, there's certain things that we have to be able to control. And yeah, we can't have complete lawlessness to your point to where we're just letting people do anything.
So then you would agree, if you believe in that, you would agree that a woman should not be allowed to kill the man's child after she get pregnant.
I don't
Because
believe
if you let her do it afterward, she wanted to do it after the 6 months. She wanted to do it after the 9 months.
And that's after
Yeah.
9 months is murder. Because
Right.
once you're 9 months, the baby is viable
Before,
outside the
during
womb.
the
So
ninth
you
month,
can't kill a live
during
baby.
the 9th month, they would want to do it too if you let them.
You can't.
And
That's not true.
But they would
Yeah,
carry
it
it.
is.
As a matter of fact, I believe in Chicago, I could be wrong. They was talking about letting a woman do it, even if she's about to have the baby and she decided she didn't want it, she could abort the baby then.
That's not realistic, or that doesn't happen often. Most women have abortions.
You said
before they're
often, but it
even-
happens sometimes.
It
Only
does
time people have
happen.
an abortion that late in their pregnancy is if the mother's life is at risk and if the baby will not be able to survive outside of the womb. There must be
She's so sure of herself. It does happen. What I said, amazing. It does happen. People go on there to go back and forth with him because they know that man will not back down. Arguing stimulates some people. I know, like, ew. I don't like arguing because it's like we don't agree on anything. I'm not gonna change your mind. You ain't gonna change my mind. Why are you wasting my energy? I ain't doing that. I think men and women who don't know the Lord, who don't know the truth of, and don't have a personal relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, are their views are going to be skewed either way. When you don't have the Holy Spirit guiding you, your views are going to be tainted, corrupt. Period. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you read the Bible. I don't care what religion you call yourself. I don't care if you're left or right or whatever. If you don't have Holy Spirit telling you what's right and what's wrong, you're going to be wrong. Because human beings are emotional, human beings are self-seeking, human beings have their own agendas in mind. And most people our thoughts are so distorted if we don't know who and what God says in his word, if we're not consulting with the Lord before making decisions. And the thing about unaliving babies is unaliving unborn babies, let's call it that, is that they want to use these arguments that, oh, well, what if it's this and what if it's that? These scenarios of children being impregnated and rape and all these things are very small portions of the population of people who choose to unalive their children. And I wish that people would just call it what it is: unaliving your child. But we convince people that it's not a human. So we've dehumanized it to give people the comfort that they're not unaliving a human being. And so I just wish people would be more realistic about that. You're unaliving a child. I had an abortion, so I speak on it comfortably because I knew what it was. I knew what I was doing. I didn't try to, I had to convince myself that I wasn't pregnant with a child, with a human being, to even allow myself to move forward with it. But yeah, I just think people need to do what God told them to do, as far as your marriage, how your marriage functions, how you and your spouse, your role, the roles you take on. Men, I do truly believe men have to take on a strong lead role and lead his family in the way God has called them to live in their situation. Because some men who are leaders are comfortable with their woman playing a strong role in the areas based on what her strengths are. And a woman who is strong and confident in her role as a woman is comfortable with allowing her husband to lead because she trusts that he's being led by God. My question for people is, with these unbelievers, these non-Christians who don't read the Bible, why are we expecting these people who don't know the Bible to live by biblical principles? If you're not a Christian, and why are we as Christians, why are we putting this same standard of, wives submit to your husbands, submitting to God on non-believers? That doesn't make any sense to me. And you have Christians who marry non-believers expecting them to live by the same biblical principles. And you have Christians who say they're Christian or say that they're followers of Jesus Christ, who absolutely, never mind the roles of husband and wife, they're not even getting married. But you got unbelievers getting married. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's ridiculous. What is going on? The devil has everybody fooled. Everybody, the devil has everybody and so many people brainwashed. And it's sad and frustrating that so many people are so brainwashed by the enemy that I was telling somebody about this the other day. We're so quick to rush into to demonic, but we take our time to get into the will of God. We rush into the demonic, but we take our time into the will of God. Oh, I don't want to rush into marriage, but you rushing into sleeping with somebody. You're rushing into having somebody's babies, but you're going to take your time. You rush into moving in with them. But you're going to take your time into getting married. And that makes sense to people. It makes sense to people. I don't know. We can't rush into marriage, but you're already living with them. You're already sleeping with them. Y'all already got kids. So you've rushed into everything else, but we're going to take our time getting married. Help me understand. Must be led by the Spirit of God. Have to, especially when it comes to picking your spouse and raising children and having children. You absolutely have to be led by the Spirit of God. And most Christians are not led by the Spirit of God. Most Christians are led by religion and self-seeking and egotistical like the rest of the world. Most Christians, you cannot identify them or separate them from the rest of the world. And the ones who you can identify in the spirit, who are functioning in the spirit, the ones who prophesy, who God is speaking to them, those are the ones everybody call crazy. Oh no, they crazy. Don't listen to them. The church, don't listen to them. They crazy. Until what that crazy person got to say happens. Until what that crazy person says start making sense, and you start seeing it manifest. Oh, so and so, wow, they was right. I thought they was crazy, but they was right. Most folks ain't gonna admit that. But that's, I think, where they hate you most, when you start showing, when the Lord starts showing that what you're saying is right. Where they start seeing the evidence that God speaks to you. I think that makes people hate you even more. When people start saying, oh wow, God must really speak through them. They're never gonna say, you know what you said you was right. You was right on point, and I saw the evidence, and People they're not gonna let you know. But God will reveal those people that he speaks to. He will reveal them. When the Lord speaks to you, and you his vessel, you his child, whatever you speak out, he will bring into manifestation to show that you his, and that you listen to him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because he gonna expose his children, who his children are and who his children are not. Because you see a lot of people say they hear from God. God told me. And you see that, oh, that was some BS. They lied on God. They lied on God. God did not tell them. Those are the ones they want to go to their church. The false prophets. The true prophets, people want to unalive them. The true prophets of the Lord, because them people is that truly hear from God. And we see over and over again in the Bible that the people that truly hear from God, people don't want to deal with. People do not like. But yeah, I'm just so blessed to be married, and thank God that I have to look back and say, thank you, Lord, that I listened to my husband. For one circumstance or another, when I do obey my husband, when he does put his foot down, I know it's something important, and I have to be like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna submit to this, because I know it's you. Because because a lot of times, if I want to do something, I may not be hearing the Lord correctly, and the Lord will use my husband to give me the proper direction, and I have to submit to it. Because a lot of time my husband don't want to be the dictator. He don't want to tell me what to do. He would rather let me do what I want to do. But he know, as the head of the household, as a man submitted to God, he got to do what God tell him to do. And when God tells him, stop your wife, don't let her do that, don't agree with that, he's obedient to God. That's what a leader does. A leader who's submitted to God doesn't want to lead, but does so because God is instructing him to do so. God is saying, put your foot down in that area. And I have to submit to it. I have to submit to that. And for the most part, that's what it is. I let him be a leader. If now it's the same both ways. If the Lord is telling me to correct my husband in an area, which doesn't happen often, I gotta be honest. My husband is a man of God. He listens to God, so I gotta be honest on that. He's a true man of God. He the most true man of God I've seen personally. But if something is not right, if my husband's not thinking or saying something correctly, I have to be obedient when the Lord is saying, don't listen to that, don't accept that, correct that. And we got to be obedient. We got to be obedient to each other. It's not about who is the man, who is the woman. It's whoever in that moment is more in tune with the Holy Spirit on whatever that subject is. Whoever's more in tune with the Holy Spirit in that moment, that's who got to speak up. Because the Lord might speak to one and more in one area, and speak more to the other in another area. So you got to be obedient to the Lord. Man or woman, husband or wife, you must obey the Lord. It doesn't matter your role. What is the Lord telling you to do? Because sometimes the Lord will tell you, obey your husband, listen to him. And then your husband, the Lord tell your husband, listen to her in that area. She's right. Listen to her in that she's strong in that area. Listen to her. And that's what you do. Don't be egotistical. Like, I'm the man, so I gotta be, or be like, oh, I'm the woman. I'm making all the money. I gotta be. None of that matters. So that's all I gotta say about that today. And thanks for watching, and thanks for your thoughts, and thanks for Trent. What a man coming through, Trent. And thanks for Negroes and burritos. That's cute. That's cute. Trid and Jimmy Traces come through, and Upstate New York 88 coming through. I thank you guys for watching tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy y'all's Christmas. Merry Christmas. I am so excited for this week to see people that I love and enjoy this week with family and loved ones. So all you all do the same. Pray for each other, pray for yourselves, pray every day, all day, and keep flying with the Most High. And I love you guys. Make a lot of sense. I know, right? It's simple. It shouldn't be that difficult. People make things so hard. Just listen to the Lord. It's simple. But all right, deuces, y'all.